Oh, hello. Crisis 169 here coming to you live with the power for the minute. I'm here guy with a question. I had a question on my phone and somebody asked me, what do I feel? The question was, question if I can get my phone to act on operator. Question one message I got. Trying to get back in contact with you from YouTube, please. I wanted to ask you your opinion, which is better GPU to get 4060 or 3050, 4060 Ti or 3050. Now, I don't really take requests on my phone, but since I already did a how-to clean video on my phone here, I'll give you guys my opinion on this. And I brought up the user benchmarks .com. Just type in 3050, 4060 Ti or 3050. It'll bring everything up. Okay. Now, right now, 4060 Ti is sitting at 82%. It's new. 3050 is 91% out of 5,000. Because a lot of people have 3050 compared to the more sorry, out of 925 of 460 Ti, and the prices are going to be varying, varied. All this stuff here. 460 Ti right now is sitting. I don't know what it's sitting at really at right now. It says around $400. 3050 is 230, and that's without sales right now. Um, um, User score it's a 761, and 3050 has 43,922. That's 99%. Best benchmark 153 for the 4060 Ti. 94% benchmark speed. Average score 142% on the 4060 Ti. Overclocking 153%. Huge better peaks of lighting. 225 for the 4060, 107 for the 3050. Uh, Longevity board, both of them been out for a while, not very long. Must have 107% more for 4070 Ti. Age 1 month, been out for less than a month. 3050 has been out for 16 months. 46 based upon the videos of 8 out of Love Architect, featuring boost clocks, 2.3, 2.5, 8 gigabytes or 16 gigabytes of memory. 3050 has two 2500 CUDA cores, wants the 8 gigabytes of latest GDDR6 memory. So, for the overallness, if you're a new YouTuber, a new gamer, and you want the latest and greatest, and you don't mind the bus being a little lower on the, let's see what it says here. Don't look like an idiot. The bus is 190, 128 here. That's it. The bus is. I'm gonna find out here. The bus on a 3050. Let you guys know what the bus is on the thing. What's 399 on the thing here? 269 on Zotac one 269. 128 bus. Okay, this is going to be pretty simple here to really understand. Okay. Real simple here for us. Zotac 8 gigabyte card. I picked up the same 8 gigabyte card. It's $399. Ti 8 gigabyte card. They're gonna have a 16 gigabyte card probably within later on in July. But both cards are 8 gigabytes. Both cards have about the same VRAM. Both have the same bus, 128. But the 4060 Ti has 18 gigabytes per second of PCIe 4.0. Look at the 3050. 50. Kind of bust that has on here. And it's both Zotac. So I'm looking at the same one, same brand. 14 gigabytes per second. Now, you're getting the same VRAM, the same bus, but PCIe 4.0 is double, about four times faster, 4 gigabytes faster than what you're getting with the 3050. If your system can run it, most can run it. Most will have no issues running this thing at all. Most of them will have no issues running. My damn fingers don't want to work today. Most systems won't have a problem running this at all. Most systems will not have problems at all running a 4060. But let's look at some Zotac satisfied customers, shall we here? They show different ones on Amazon, obviously. A lot of people have good reviews on it, some bad reviews, just depends on who you talk to. Joke of a GPU, perform 3% faster than 3060 Ti, and for $8 more cost. That right there is kind of, I think, a big issue. Poopy, what it says. Better for data compression than gaming. Okay, well, I guess that's for. Great 1440p card. Now let's type in the 3050. See what you get your hands on there. Same thing, Zotac. I'm not going to change up. A lot of people have bought this, then bought the 4060. What have they been out for? Less than a month right now. With a penny, started tear all screen after 1 month, started to tear. He probably didn't understand the frame rate issues you're going to have with 3050, probably. Let's see here. See more news. A couple 1 stars here. Not worth the money, terrible quality control, and constant crashes. He is probably, we have constant crashes on a video card. There's many different things that could cause that. 1, outdated drivers. 2, you're using too much VRAM and you don't have enough VRAM to use. No support for FreeSync in Windows 7. See, Windows 7 to me, it's kind of weird. But going back to the crashes first. The crashing is caused by many different reasons. 1, your GPU and CPU are bottlenecking itself. Mostly going to be the GPU in this case. If you have like a 1300F KF i9, what the hell are you buying a 3050 for? Okay, let's get that point across very well. What the hell you buy a 3050 if you get a? But if you have 1100F, it's 600X, 5800X 3D processor, should be fine with 3050. No, not disappointment, but failed expectations. Not giving me enough FPS. Fun mark, only 95 FPS 1080p. So you have to understand how games you're playing on this, though. You're not going to be able to play AAA games, highest settings. Okay? Nice video card for occasional. Starting to tear, screen to 1 month. Good card. Zotac company doesn't care how it's shipped. Touch display works well, great for casual gaming. Now, 80% give it 5 stars. Wow, what a great graphics card! Great stuff. Worth every penny. Decent for the money. Super B box for work. Just installed it. So pleased. Great game. Great first gaming computer. So The person that wanted to know what is the best one to use, by giving all these things here though, and I only had 3 of them on the 4060 Ti, and that was only 3 because it's been out for a month, less than a month now, and I can't give you a glowing recommendation on either one of them. But what I can say, if you're upgrading from say a 2060, like I said before, 26 Super, 2070, if 2070 you go with 4070 obviously, but if you have 2060 Super or 1660 Super, I recommend the 4060 Ti. It's brand new, but it is getting proven to work real well. The 3050 is just not there. It's cheaper, yes. You will save money on 3050, but you'll be shelling more money probably a year, 6 months, year later to buy the 40 series card so you can play games at a decent damn frame rate. Don't be fooled because it's cheap. Don't be fooled because only got 8 gigabytes of VRAM and it's a great deal. My 3070 will run games decently as long as I'm willing to play around with the frame rate, locking at 75 hertz or whatever hertz you have in your monitor. You will run fine. A lot of people thinking, oh, I have to have 120 hertz. No, you have to use a frame rate that's designed for what your system can hold. If you got a 3050 and it cannot hold any more than say 80 frame rate, then put it at 80 frames. It sucks. We are in the world of gaming. We are not trying to save the world from hunger or nuclear annihilation. We are gamers. We are not here trying to solve the world's problem with the ozone layer or whatever nonsense. You have to think fourth dimensionally with a gaming rig. How much you're gonna put into it? If you're gonna put in $1,000 for a gaming rig, you can get probably a 1660 Super at Best Buy for about $800, and that'll run every game you want to play. The problem is you're not cranking it up to no high settings, max settings, explosions of bullets and blood and all that stuff. Now you're gonna be playing probably medium settings and Halo, medium settings. Now, granted, you can probably upgrade that graphics card to probably 2060, 2070, but right now, with the graphics card 20 series being phased out eventually, you're kind of buying a grenade that's going to go dud within a year or two. So, if you have the capability and you have the money and you don't mind spending it, and you can get a good deal on a 46 Ti, or wait the 46 Ti 16 gigabyte version to come out in July. It's coming out in July, about a couple weeks away from here, because 4th of July is next Tuesday. If you're willing to wait a couple weeks, you can get a decent 16 gigabytes 4060 Ti. It'll probably cost double what you're paying right now, but I would probably go with a 4060 Ti, 8 gigabyte card between 3050 8 gigabyte card. Yeah, or 1650 XT. But a lot of people don't want to go from NVIDIA to AMD because you have to look at all the drivers. A person asked me on my phone. Normally, I don't take requests like this on my phone, but I'll make an exception only a couple times. That he left me a message saying that he wanted to go, what's different, what you should get, a 4060 Ti or a 3050. I say get a 4060 Ti. Exact same bust, 128. You're getting 18 gigabytes per second of PCIe 4.0, unless you don't have, unless you're stuck in 3.0. Then what's the point of not getting 3050 be stuck with anyway? But if you can get the 4060 Ti, I would get 4060 Ti because it's new. If you're upgrading your rig from a 1662 or 2060, yes, go for that. But you can hold out for another month or two and get your hand on a 4060 Ti 16 gigabyte card. You're going to double your VRAM, but also the bus may be a little higher, maybe the same. Doesn't really matter. I think all buses are the same 128 across 40 series board anyway. My bus for my 3070 is I think 256 or 328 or whatever the hell it is. But it is greater. But I sacrificed VRAM for that. So, recommendation is, if you cannot wait for the 4060 Ti 16 gigabyte version, get the 8 gigabyte version. Stay away from the 4050 because it's only going to be 6. And the rumors are they may make an 8 and maybe a 10 version of that. Why they can't make a 10 version of all of them, but what the hell's point for this division over here? We're talking about NVIDIA, a company that made $1 trillion, but yet didn't have any common sense up here. So I would recommend the 4060 Ti. Getting that bad boy, and playing with it, or waiting 4060 Ti 16 gigabyte version model to come out. Either way, if you can wait on 4060 Ti 8 gigabyte version to come out, 16 gigs in July, you have double your VRAM, and you'll be able to play Hogwarts Legends or a lot of games in a higher resolution than what you're currently able right now, even with a 3050 or a 4060 Ti 8 gigabyte version. That's because of the VRAM requirements of the games. I'm playing Resident Evil right now 4 on my 3070, a frame lock at 75 hertz, and I'm getting everything at 50 to 60%. VRAM 80%, and the GPU is at 50%. Without it, it's 100% throttle across the board, except VRAM and CPU is like 12%. CPU is laughing at this thing, so it didn't even have problems. So it requires your CPU being good, but also what your CPU having on the hood. Like I said, if you got 5600X, doesn't matter. If you got a i5 7400, you might want to look at upgrading your CPU first, because you don't want to bottleneck something else. I'm assuming you're probably having a 1660 Super or a 1070. Then I'll go with a 4060 Ti version. But I'll wait for the 16 gigabyte model to come out before I go laying money down 8 gigabyte. But you have less than a couple weeks left until it comes out. If you can pre-order it, on NVIDIA.com or Best Buy or Micro Center, I would pre-order that one, the 16 gigabyte version of the 4060 Ti. It's a better version to have. You have better wiggle room. You have long. I would not buy a 20 series card right now. I will not buy a 30 series card unless you're going to buy a 3080 or above because of the higher VRAM. But if you can get away with a 12 gigabyte 3060 or a 3080, you're fine. 3070, you're fine, but I'm still kind of pissed off at the fact that they don't have, a 10 gigabyte card of that version. But, well, I know I'm just a fat guy that makes money. I just go to work and make money. So that being said, guys, really, it's my verdict is 4060 Ti. Only if you get hand 16 gigabyte. If you can't get hand 16, let's say 16 gigabyte card is actually all sold out. You can't get one, it might take months. Then the 4060 Ti 8 gigabyte card will be good for you if you're going to play games, at a reasonable setting and not be trying to get the most explosions and blood and guts and gore you can out of it, because you won't be able to, because you'll be limited by VRAM. But that's new flavor, the 40 card or better. I would go with the 4060 Ti any day, as of right now. But I always go with the 4060 Ti 16 gigabyte card. Make that point very clear. 16 gigs, more VRAM. AMD is a good card, but you have to go in and uninstall all your drivers. I don't know how to do that. I won't show you how to do that. You break your system. I don't even want to tell you how to do that, because I don't have a clue how to do that. So you won't have to deal with that nonsense later on. So, but like I said, that's my verdict, guys. 60 gigabyte VRAM, 4060 Ti, the best version to get. If you can't get it, the 4060 8 gigabyte card will do you just fine. I will pass over the 3050, even though if you're a brand new gamer getting into gaming, you want a budget game and you don't care, 3050 is good for you. But if you're looking to upgrade, like you're the person sound like he's going to upgrade, he's probably more enthusiast, I will go with the 4060 Ti. 16 gigabyte version card first, I'll pick first up front. If you can't get that, then the 8 gigabyte Ti version of 4060 is just fine. Until you want to upgrade to a 4070 or higher to get more frame rate. But it's more of a stopgap. The 4060 Ti 8GB card more of a stopgap to me, in my mind. Now, if you're happy with it, then fine. But like I said, 4060 Ti is what I choose. That's what I choose. Final verdict is 4060 Ti. Have a good day, guys. Be blessed. See you guys later. Peace out.